Hey, what's up, party people? This is Angelo, and I just wanted to make a quick video. I was just watching a video on YouTube, and it just gave me some thoughts. Behind me there, that is a guy in Singapore, one of my favorite countries in the world, and he's also a citizen of the United States and of Hong Kong. Um, and he was mentioning something that I kind of took to heart. He had spent some time as an investment banker. One of the things that he said he learned when he started, let me put this thing down a little bit, when he was in that business was that, and particularly after he got out of that business, was that in that business, you may be the boss, but you are surrounded by some of the smartest, most assertive, intelligent, hardworking. These people around you have everything, and that's why they get as far as they do. And they've all gone to the best schools and they've got the best education and all that. And he's their boss. And so when he got out of that business, because it's a hard charging business. It's not probably not meant for people, who are a little bit older in years. If you're over 45, it's probably not the business for you. But anyway, so he got out of the business, and when he got out of the business and he had a chance to reflect, he realized that he wasn't this whole God's gift to the universe in terms of being an entrepreneur that he thought he was. It's because he had a chance to realize and recognize that a lot of those people, a lot of his employees were a hell of a lot smarter than he was. But it's that unique position that he was in that enabled him to do over $1 billion in business. And by that, he put certain aspects of his business into the hands of people who were admittedly and demonstrably smarter than he was. And he allowed them to grow, he allowed them to flourish, he allowed them to do the thing that they wanted to do so that he can make money and so that his business can grow. And it's funny because my last video, I was talking about that same thing, that if you are a business owner, just because you're a business owner doesn't mean that you're the smartest man in the room. Just because you're a business owner doesn't mean that you know more than the people around you. Being a business owner and writing the checks, signing the checks for your employees doesn't mean that you're better than them. And if you're a smart business owner, what it means is you recognize the value of your employees. You recognize the value of the people who have been doing the thing that you have bought as a system so that you can make money. You recognize their value and you show them. You demonstrate your appreciation of their value to your company and their value to your ability to make money. But arrogance wears many, many hats and has many, many different faces. And arrogance will destroy dreams. And at the very least, arrogance will slow them down so that you don't get a chance to take advantage of it because it'll take longer to get there than you had originally planned. Another thing that he said was the idea of Singapore growing at a tremendous rate, and it's climbing up to the level that maybe two decades ago, how we all looked at Hong Kong. And he mentioned how, the two are kind of juxtaposed, based on, different, not industries, but different national commitments or national involvement, government involvement. But Singapore is on its way, and in in its path to get there, to be as busy and dynamic and influential and powerful as like a Hong Kong, um, it has made a decidedly purposeful change in direction to include a sense of national pride, but not on the extreme sense, but in national pride that comes before ethnicity, race, creed, or religion. And that's one of the unique things that makes Singapore different. But it's also a testament to a policy that can be adapted for businesses. And so right now, as I'm in the process of, planning my next move, because as I mentioned, I did resign. Well, I gave notice, and I gave them a lot of notice, 3 months notice, that I'd be moving on. I'm in the process of reinventing myself. And part of reinventing myself means exploring many, many different options, not just career wise, but in terms of feeding my brain. My son asked me earlier today. He said, "Hey, Dad, what kind of videos do you watch on YouTube?" He said, "Because I see you watching YouTube a lot." And so it's funny because he sees me watching it a lot, but he doesn't know what I'm watching because he's got his headphones on and he's on his computer playing video games. So it, all he had to do was take the headphones off and watch what I was watching and listen to what I was listening to, but he's too wrapped up in his video games. By the way, congratulations to him, to Zachary, my son Zachary, because he just graduated 2 days ago. And he's a high school graduate. He's going to be going to a junior college and then transferring to a bigger college after that. But anyway, Zachary asked me, he said, "Hey, Dad, what do you watch on YouTube?" And I said, "Well, you know what? I watch a bunch of different things, but I'm aware of the fact that YouTube, or the content that's on YouTube, is very topical, meaning it's very superficial. They don't offer a deep dive into anything. It's just very, very superficial stuff. And then it's highly regurgitated and highly propagated. And if someone has a video that does well, then somebody else is going to make a similar video, and then it's the same old information. But I like information. And so I'll watch videos about people starting their careers or restarting their careers after age 50. I'll watch videos about travel vloggers because I love the idea of traveling and making money. Who doesn't? But also working at the same time. Um, and I've just become a big travel fan. I know more about the uh, the geography of the world than people who are in high school right now, but that's a whole nother story. So I watch a lot of travel vloggers. I watch retirement information because I'm really, really close to retirement. And then I watch just a slew of other things. Oh, and I also watch about the current state of relationship dynamics between men and women, particularly in the United States, and particularly in the Western culture, and how it's gone someplace that no one ever imagined it was going to go. And I have a lot to say about that, but not in this video. But I told him that I watch all of this stuff so I can get an idea of what's out there that I might be interested in. And then I'll get away from the TV because I watch YouTube on TV. I don't like watching it on my phone. and I'll sit down in front of my computer, and then I will do my own personal deep dive into that information that interests me, whether it's travel blogging, retirement info, restarting your career after age 50, or being an older man wondering if you're ever going to get married again, and if you're an older woman wondering if you're going to have to buy a dog and die alone. So I find out that information for myself so that I can satisfy my own curiosity. And but it was interesting that he asked me about that. This man also talked about the idea that within a few short years, due to the aggressive advancement of artificial intelligence, we're gonna reach a point where it really won't matter how smart you are. Your level of intelligence won't make a bit of difference, because businesses will be able to replicate it, to duplicate it in a professional setting.
What?
So what does that mean for you and me? What does it mean for all of the not so smart people in the world? What does it mean for all of the brilliant, smart people in the world?
Him, her, him, bodies.
What it means is that your soft skills may be your greatest assets. Your ability to inspire people, your ability to motivate people, to encourage them, to push them a little further, get them to dig deeper. Those abilities are going to be far more important, far more necessary than your SAT scores or your LSATs or any of that kind of information. So that's something to think about. Particularly in my case, as I'm sitting here wondering, what am I going to be doing in for the next 7 to 10 years of my life? What am I going to be doing? And while I have a really good idea of the direction I want to go, the vertical, the industry that I'm going to tackle, because I have
are a very particular set of skills I've acquired over a very long career.
I do have a set of skills that people have been remarking about for many, many, many years. And, I'm going to take advantage of that now. And I do know what industry I'm going to go into. And as it turns out, my background going way, 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 way back also kind of facilitates my emergence into this other industry, this other field, which is not so far removed from security, but I am not going to tell you just yet. I am trying to right now to do some work to expedite the process and to expedite timeframes, cut down timeframes so I can get things done sooner rather than later. So I'm working on that right now. And as these other videos come out, I'm going to tell you more about that. And if you are out there and you are a male and you want to shoot the shit, talk it out, and just see what other options are available to you, I am here for you. Particularly if you need some, you need an ear to talk about some relationship issues that you got going on. I'm here for you. I'm definitely a men's advocate, young or old. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I appreciate you. Much love. Peace out. See you in the next one.